Any further ado, I call upon PP Sharathai to introduce our First Lady of Philosophy.
Dear friends, it's not standard protocol to do an introduction after a felicitation, but we had to do this because of the change in program that was entailed. Friends, the year was 1948 and the place was the holy city of Madurai. The presiding deity of the city, Madurai Meenakshi, is universally revered as a form of the consort of Shiva, Parvati. And that year, Radha Kishan Fomra's wife, Parvati Devi, gave birth to a girl child. That girl, who was named Rajshree, went on to pursue her studies, during which time she was engaged to Aditya Vikram Birla, scion of the Birla family, undoubtedly the first family of traditional Indian business. This daughter of Parvati was now doubly blessed by Lakshmi. More importantly, the patriarch of that family was Shri Ghanshyam Das Birla, the legendary business magnate who was very closely associated with and very deeply influenced by Mahatma Gandhi. After her marriage, with the encouragement of her husband and his parents, Rajshree went on to obtain a degree in arts from Calcutta University. For the next 3 decades, she devoted herself to her duties as a daughter-in-law, wife and mother to her children, her daughter Vasavadatta and her son Kumar Mangala. After they had grown up and settled down, she began devoting her energy to public and social activities, and throughout her life, Rajshree has maintained an understated, unostentatious lifestyle, bringing up her children with the same values. Friends, she has seen her share of upheavals, like the time when she lost her husband when he was only 51. She draws her strength from her favorite axiom from the Bhagavad Gita, which translates as, "This too shall pass." Rajshree heads the Aditya Birla Center for Community Initiatives and Rural Development, the charity arm of the Aditya Birla Group. The center assists in the running of 42 schools and 18 hospitals. Their activities have touched the lives of 7 million people in 3,000 villages in India, Thailand and Egypt. In 2006, as a tribute to her late husband, she set up the Aditya Birla Memorial Hospital, a 325-bed facility spread over 18 acres in Pune at a cost of $30 million. Rajshree oversees the running of a healthcare initiative which conducts around 3,500 medical camps a year, attending to reportedly 3 million patients. Rajshree has donated to date more than $11 million to Rotary's polio eradication drive. She has further collaborated with the government's midday meal scheme, helping to build a charity kitchen in Rajasthan that provides 30,000 meals a day to school children. Similar kitchens are now being set up in Odisha. Closest to her heart, however, is her work with the village leaders to encourage widow remarriage, which remains a taboo among village folk in India. Apart from numerous awards she has received, Rajshree was awarded the Padma Bhushan in the year 2010. Hastasya Bhushanam Dana, the hand that gives, needs no further ornament. It is my privilege to present to you Padma Bhushan Mrs. Rajshree Birla.
Shri Ashok Mahajan, fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor for me to be with all of you today. Today's felicitation function has a very special meaning for me. For me, more than a decade now, we have been working closely with Rotary International, largely in the area of healthcare. Ashokji informs me this accolade is a recognition of our contribution in the healthcare sector. Healthcare is a core vertical in our programs and it always on my radar. Ashokji has requested me to specially highlight our engagement with Rotarians besides giving an overall view of our CSR activities. I would like to begin with our group. For a Birla family, right from the days of my grandfather-in-law, Shri Ghanshyam Daji Birla, the thought that we must try and reach out to underprivileged has been ingrained in us as a deep-rooted value, almost as our dharma. My husband, Aditya, followed this dharma and did a lot for the marginalized. My son, Kumar Manglam, my daughter-in-law, Nija, my daughter, Vasu Datta, and also my grandchildren look upon it as a legacy that must be passed on from one generation to another. Moving on to our group, under the aegis of Aditya Birla Center for Community Initiatives and Rural Development, which I am privileged to chair, we work in 7,000 villages and reach out to 7.5 million people. We work in the areas of healthcare, education, sustainable livelihood, infrastructure development, and social reform. Our endeavor is to make a qualitative difference in the lives of the underprivileged and lift the burden of poverty that is upon them. It is a highly professional setup. Kumar Manglam always says that our Aditya Birla Center is like a parallel institution within the group. His unwavering support to us is a great motivator, without which we would have not come so far. Let me now move on specifically to what we do to support people's needs for good and affordable health care. We have set up the Aditya Birla Memorial Hospital in Pune. Shri Aditya ji had always dreamt of setting up a world-class hospital that would be a benchmark. He dreamt of a medicity that would provide holistic health care for the well-being of a person at affordable costs for all sections of the society. That the hospital should never turn down the poor from its doors. That compassionate care should be the mission was his wish. In a short lifespan, the hospital he envisioned remained a dream. Today, with humility and sense of fulfillment, we have been able to translate his dream into reality. Last year, we opened the cancer wing of the hospital. Our mission is to provide compassionate quality health care designed to foster hope, provide the healing touch, nurture health, and finally result in happiness. About 2 years ago, we set up the Aditya Birla Hospital at Peraval in Gujarat, which also caters to the marginalized. Additionally, we have set up 20 hospitals pan-India. At these hospitals and the 5,000 medical camps that we hold annually, over 1 million patients are treated. There are a few other areas that I would like to highlight before I move on to our work with Rotary International. One of the most touching engagements has been the cochlear implant. Over 30 deaf and mute children have moved from the world of silence into the world of sound and music. It's amazing to see the difference made to their lives. Imagine more than 1,200 children have learned to smile again as they underwent cleft lip surgery. And until now, more than 5,000 physically challenged persons have been provided with artificial limbs, making them self-reliant. Alongside, we have engaged into a major project with Vision Foundation of India, led by Dr. Pulin Kothari, where we have helped to provide sight to 6,600 blind people. Likewise, we have installed 50 reverse osmosis plants which provide drinking water to the villages close to our units. In our endeavors towards open defecation-free villages, we have set up over 22,000 toilets, partly leveraging government schemes for the social sector. In 50 villages, spanning over 2,000 households in Jammu and Kashmir, we have constructed over 2,000 toilets. I hope I have given you a broad overview of our work. Now let me move on to a very meaningful collaboration with Rotary on polio. Rotary's Global Polio Eradication Drive is nothing short of a legend. For more than a decade now, we have been working with Rotary International. In 2009, you will recollect that India accounted for half of the world's new cases of polio. With the determination shown by Rotary International to do whatever it takes to eradicate polio, we could see light at the end of the tunnel. And by 2011, we were a polio-free country. What an amazing feat achieved in such a populous country. That said, it is also very heartening to see Rotary's intense commitment. They ensure that by 2018, the Global Polio Eradication Drive would have delivered the world freedom from polio in collaboration with global organizations. As all of you know fully well, today we have only 3 countries, Pakistan, Afghanistan and Nigeria, that are not polio-free. We do hope that over the next 3 years, no cases will be there in these countries as well. Otherwise, we are all at peril. When migrants or even tourists come from these countries to India, the possibility of carrying the polio virus always exists. It can easily transmit to our children. So therefore, even though we are free of polio, we have to continue to administer the drops to every child from the age of 0 to 5 years. So we are now supporting Rotary to ensure the non-resurgence of polio. Our experience with Rotary has been very fulfilling and extremely productive. I'm delighted to share with you that besides polio, we have teamed up with Rotary International for other programs, again in the healthcare field. One of them relates to the screening, detection and prevention of diabetics. This is in Mumbai and reaches out to a populace of 1 lakh people. Here as well, Rotarians have done an admirable job and continue to do so. Yet another project that we are backing Rotary International from last year onward is that of attending and giving treatment to 75 patients suffering from thalassemia. In conclusion, let me say that Rotary International is an organization in whom I have blind faith. In my interaction with Rotarians, I find them as people with a calling, as people who want to make a difference. I feel very proud to be involved with Rotary clubs across India and the world over. Thank you.